What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So since we are 10 days away from the next season for this game, I think it's fitting that we start to talk about the next potential meta weapons that will be in season 3, because last week we did get quite a bit of patch notes of what's going to be changing in the next update. So I decided to divide it up into 2 videos. So the first one's going to be the top 5 SMGs, which you are seeing right now, and later on I'll have a video for the top 5 assault rifles. The reason why I'm not bringing up SMGs and marksman rifles and everything else is because they're pretty much going to be irrelevant, let's be honest. I mean, the snipers are getting nerfed, the SMGs are going to be even slower, but they're going to be a little bit more accurate. Yes, they did get a slight buff, but I don't really think it's going to be enough to actually be part of the meta. So that's why assault rifles and SMGs are going to be taking over these 2 videos. So for this one, we're going to talk about the 5 SMGs that could be in the meta possibly. Of course, this is just my top 5. Of course, everyone might have a different opinion, and I know I will try to cover some bases on certain weapons that I should have chosen, or you felt like I should have chosen, and yeah, like, just don't worry about that. So anyways, let's begin with number 5 for the SMGs for Season 3. So number 5, of course, is what you're seeing right now. It's the RUS-79U. So among all the weapons that were in the patch notes for Season 3 and the Chinese COD Mobile, this was the one that really went unchanged. So there's nothing really new that's going to be happening with this weapon. And the reason why there isn't going to be is because the weapon is pretty much perfect the way it is. Like, the range is good, the mobility is good, the stability is good, the accuracy is good. Yeah, pretty much this weapon's balanced all around, so there's really no need to change it. So yeah, this weapon can definitely be part of the meta for the next season. So now let's actually move on to the next one, which is going to be the MSMC. So let me explain to you guys why before you start flipping out in the comments as to like why I'm actually doing this. So the reason why I think the MSMC could be the number 4 is because this weapon has been going through some changes. So I believe it was this season or the last season we did get some changes for the MSMC. The marksman barrel did have its ADS speed reduction penalty kind of like softened a little bit. Also I think the stability also increased as well. So yeah, it did have some changes, but it wasn't really enough to be part of the meta. But in this new update for Season 3, it's going to get even more changes. So out of all the SMGs that were getting changed in these patch notes, the MSMC was probably one of them that received the most changes. So it's going to have a lot more speed, it's going to have faster reloading speeds, it's going to have even more range than it already has, it's going to have even further recoil stability, as well as the fact that they are going to be reducing the ADS penalty for both the Ranger and Marksman barrels for this weapon. So yeah, it's quite a bit of a change for the MSMC, and I feel like this weapon could start becoming more viable as time goes on. So now let's talk about the SMG that will be winning the bronze medal for this top 5 list. So it's going to be the Razorback. So let me explain why it is going to be this weapon. I know I said that it was going to be the future meta for this season, but I feel like it's really going to be like even better for the next season. I feel like it could be really part of the meta, and it could probably replace quite a bit of assault rifles. So the first thing that we do have to keep in mind, in the patch notes they did say that they are going to be removing the ADS speed penalty for both tactical and monolithic suppressors. So meaning like your ADS speed's already going to be boosted like already. Like even before you, like even when you put this attachment on. And do keep in mind, in the patch notes, they also do state that they are going to increase the ADS time for the Razorback. So stack those 2 together and this thing could be pretty deadly. So I know some of you guys are going to question me and ask me on the comment section why I didn't include the JKS into the mix. And yes, while these weapons might be very similar in terms of stability and range, I feel like the Razorback has a lot more, I guess, a lot more benefits than the GKS does. So like I said just a few seconds ago, the monolithic suppressor's ADS penalty is going to be removed. So meaning that you're going to have a lot more ADS speed than you've had before, including the fact that they are going to increase the base ADS speed for the Razorback already. We also have to keep note that this weapon does have a lot more stability than the GKS if we're comparing the base models without any attachments. And we do have to keep in mind as well that this weapon has rapid fire. And like, let's also not forget to mention that this weapon has a lot of range. So if you manage to put the monolithic and the marksman barrel together, you could be able to 4-shot with rapid fire from almost across the map. That's something that the GKS can't do, even if it does have the monolithic suppressor with the same benefits. And if we're going to compare the recoil patterns, like from the Razorback to the GKS has a lot more horizontal recoil, meaning that in longer ranges, it's going to be harder for you to control, meaning that you're going to have to burst your weapon a little bit to get the kill. With the Razorback, that's not really much of the case. And even if this weapon does seem to have any sort of horizontal recoil, you could just put on the marksman barrel and problem solve. That's basically all you have to do. But with the GKS, I feel like even if I put the marksman barrel, I'm still going to have that horizontal problem. But with this weapon, that just doesn't seem to be the case. And like, you don't even have to put the marksman barrel on for this thing to be stable. It's already stable as it is. It might have some vertical recoil problems, but it's not really that bad if you have the marksman barrel on. So yeah, that's why I believe this could be the number 3 weapon. So now let's move on to the next one. So the number 2 weapon definitely is going to go to the QXR. So ever since Season 13 where this weapon came out, this weapon has just been like so superior to every other SMG. There's no question about it. The fact that this weapon has enhanced bolt as well as just some pretty decent range and stability, mind you, is what makes this weapon just absolute prime. I mean, oh my god, I use this all the time. If I'm getting just stomped like by some noobs, I could just take them out easily with this weapon. And usually this is kind of like my last resort weapon. It's like a weapon that I don't really want to use all the time, but I mean, if I really have to secure a win, I will. And you know, I'm that person. I like to keep things fair. I don't really like to play dirty using the same like cheesy weapon all the time. And you know, I feel like that's how everyone should play. You know, if people are like if you have to go against some sweaty tryhards with thermites and QQ9s, this weapon could pretty much counter the QQ9, even though that's the top weapon. So now let's actually get to our number 1 spot. So there's no doubt in my mind that the QXR is by far the best SMG in this game so far. You know, when it comes to the QXR and the QQ9, they're pretty similar. You know, one has more stability, one has a little bit more recoil, but more power. It doesn't really matter what mag options you have for this weapon. The 45 round mag is something a lot of people use. Of course, if you're not feeling it, you could always use the 30 round 10mm mag that makes it even like stronger than it already is. So you could like destroy people without any effort. But you know, like for me, I personally choose the 45 round mag because you have a lot more ammo. But yeah, for those of you guys who are just daring and want to use that other attachment, you guys are more than welcome to. But yeah, this weapon pretty much outclasses like all the SMGs, even the QXR. You know, the QXR can counter this weapon, but I don't know, man. I feel like this weapon could be a lot more just deadly in Season 3. So honestly, I can't wait for this new SMG meta because it's a nice change of pace after just dealing with the snipers for like so long. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe for some more COD Mobile content. And also, like, just beware. I'm going to be making the top 5 assault rifles for Season 3 video very soon. So don't worry about that, guys. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.